Yeah, we got that boy, Henny the Moore. What's up with it, boy?
Man, the righteous, my guy. How you making it, man?
Man, aggravated.
What got you
The disrespect of Crosby. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Got me pissed. But the good news is that me and Hennon is working on world peace right now. We working on world peace. We literally talking about we was on the phone and we really trying to figure this out. And go ahead and talk to him, Hen.
Yeah, man. So me and Bob were up there having a discussion of, man, how much risk aversion do we actually have when it comes to swinging for the fences?
Right.
Like, I'm ready to just put my nuts on the table and say we gonna go all in. You know, even if it's only for a year or two, you know, it might even cut the window by a year. We talk about it's a 3-year window. You might only have a year or two window. But there is a way, realistically, with the way that the cap is, and we'll talk about the cap and structures and cap relief and all these different methods after a while, right? We'll get to that. But there is a way, you know, short term, where the Dallas Cowboys can load the deck. They can have the best wide receiving core in the NFL with, you know, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and Ryan Flournoy and whoever else you might bring in late round or whatever. And then you could also have one of the best defensive fronts ever assembled by saying F them picks, you know, send them over there for Max Crosby, having that defensive line with Max, Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, you know, second year, Easy E, you know, Osa Digizua. You could just have the most gangster front imaginable, and then, you know, just go out there and fill out the rest of the roster with veteran players, man. Now, you can probably only hold this together for 2 years, you know, with the way that the cap is, the hits, you know, all that. Because this is the thing, because, you know, I seen the title, like, the cap is not fictitious, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real, you know, like, there's going to come a time where you eventually have to pay, you know, your tab. Like, let's keep it real. Like, but what I am saying is, while it's real, you know, it's not like it's a giant. You know, it's a regular sized dude. You can go out there and box. Like, you can fight with the cap and, you know, try and mold it to your will, because a lot of teams do it. There's a reason why the Philadelphia Eagles are sitting with $400 million in future money in 2029. But that's the way that they structured their team. That's why they're able to pay a wide receiver, 2 wide receivers, a quarterback, a left tackle, a tight end, you know, and a litany of other positions that they went ahead and signed. They pushed that back. They're, you know, and really it's really about forecasting when you talk about the future money. Like, the salary cap jumps about $25 to $28 million every year, and then the TV money is supposed to kick in 2029. That's why all their shit is sitting in 2029. They're expecting the salary cap to might even, you know, might even double. Right, depending on what the final metrics and stuff are. Like, that's still a ways away, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about forecasting. We're talking about team building, roster management, and like, really just like, what are you willing to bet? Like, I'm willing to push all the chips into the middle of the table. Have the best team ever constructed for a year or two, and if the shit just don't work, the shit just don't work. I can at least sleep at night knowing that we did everything humanly possible to get the most out of Dak Prescott in his, you know, prime. And that's where I'm at with it right now.
So, and so what we're dealing with also today is the real facts of the cap. Because when you come to this channel and you deal with Hen channel, we go give you all the facts, right? And we want to do it in a way that's also reflective of the truth and the facts, and also the reality. So we started all of us on Boss Land with this right here. The assumptions
I don't
that
think
we,
I'm live either.
huh?
I don't think I'm live either.
Hold on real quick. Let me double check. Make sure you on. I got you on. It says streaming. Double check.
Oh shit. Okay. It just didn't pop up on my shit, man. We do.
Okay. All right. So check this. So we started with this with assumptions that we was gonna keep the offense together as well as Pickens, right? So we did something where we looked at people that can be cut. We looked at restructures. We looked at everything, and we went in over the cap and we actually hit the switches. Okay. So when we hit them switches, right, that does free up and show us obviously this year's way to create space. But what most people don't deal with is the repercussions. And we know and have totally decided that we're not going to do it on a surface level. So the first thing you got to do is look at what can be created, but then we got to also look at the repercussions, which we committed to do. Now, some of this work will take us doing this in the future.
Correct.
So some of this work will take us, give us about a week, because this is real work, But
I was actually going to say it might take a little bit longer time than that, because if you want a more accurate picture of what's going to happen in the 2027 stuff, you'll have to see who has future contracts then. You'll have to see who gets extended. Like it'll really be, if you want like a clear cut, answer to like what can we do for the 2027 cap, I'll have to see which levers they hit. I'll have to see which free agent signings they commit to. I'll have to see the free agents. I have to see the draft picks, because those are going to be the people with future money projecting into 2027 and beyond. So until I know how their contracts are structured, I won't be able to give you an accurate, statement on what's going to happen. So
right.
like it'll be a clearer picture, after the draft, because free agency is going to happen. People have new money, and then of course you'll have the rookie contracts that come in, whatever those are. Especially if the Dallas Cowboys keep both first round picks and draft with them, those are going to be two, top rookie contracts hitting your cap.
So another thing that we can do right now, though, is look at some of them switches that was hit in the past. Because, see, that's one of the main things that we don't talk about enough. We talk about the switches that we can hit to do it, right? But we don't talk about the switches that's due. You know what I mean? We don't talk about things we've done in the past that's still on the books, right? So it's almost like we're not sometimes showing the true net. Let me give a perfect example. When I say net, that's the bottom line, right? That's the bottom line. This is Zack Martin's current cost. You know what I'm saying?
It'll cost 8.4 next year, because we paid him 8.8 this year.
So the dead money cap charge on him is crazy, right? So there are certain things when we trying to also look at what we can free up, we also have to talk about what's coming out, So, and when you do it the right way, then you have a better feel of who we go have to take care of in the future, and if it's some limitations to it. And that's the reason why Michael Gehlken was able to predict that it was going to be a problem with paying Dak, CD, and Michael. So y'all check this out. Obtained. So you warning on a new article that came out. Can you kind of talk about your article a little bit?
Yeah, 3 is a crowd again.
Yeah, right.
Short.
Yeah.
Look, if the Cowboys were not living in a salary cap world, the decision making and how they're navigating the situation involving Dak Prescott, involving CeeDee Lamb, and involving Micah Parsons would be a lot easier. By now, you'd see at least one of those three would have signed a new, contract that puts them top of market at their position or close to. And of course, hasn't happened yet, because this is a salary cap world, and it's a bit of a misnomer. Although some underlying truth. It's okay. I'll keep going.
That was a wrong clip.
It's a bit of a misnomer, this idea that the salary cap is completely, subject to manipulation. You can do whatever you want from a team construction standpoint and not have to pay the price. That is just not true. If that was true, then Tyreek Hill would still be a Kansas City Chief. If that was true, Devontae Adams wouldn't have been traded, about a week after, I believe, Aaron Rodgers signed his new contract. There are difficult decisions that teams across the league make. And right now, the Cowboys are at the precipice of everything kind of coming to a head, where in that article that you showed of, all in the financial, or I think you maybe showed we're talking about a different one.
I got
that
two
one.
of them.
Yeah, you got that one. Yeah, that. So those two are kind of connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in the all in the financial storm, I really took the time, like 2,000 words, to explain why the Cowboys had done so little in free agency, and I think it really outlines too why they're in a holding pattern with these three guys, and also why you've seen, no doubt, that Dak Prescott very easily could be paid $60 million a year in terms of the effect that his contract has. Positioning that Dak should do anything, one way or the other, but it's just a fact that having the highest paid defender in NFL history, which Micah Parsons should become, and having the highest or second highest paid wide receiver in NFL history, which CeeDee Lamb should become, and having the highest paid player in NFL history, which if Dak Prescott signs a $60 million contract, hypothetically tonight as we talk, he would become. Having all three under the same books, I'm pretty sure is unprecedented, and it wouldn't last long.
So we will take some pauses from it. Yeah, and that's what we talking about. So we talking about, like, to go all in, and there's some things that he talked about that I want us to talk about, right? I'm gonna play a clip in a minute where he was saying, and me and you was talking about it on the phone, where at this time, and this was 2 years ago, it was no teams with three players over 30 million. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, there's a couple now, but
it's a couple now
because the salary cap has increased and teams are willing to take that risk. Right. At this point. So, like, I think one of the teams that we said, because everybody know about the Bengals, but we don't want to be the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it kind of explain that, because people kind of missing it.
Yeah, like the Bengals have, two wide receivers making $40 million a year, and they got Joe Burrow, but their defense is bad. Like, they're the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC, right? The team that you want to be like, is closer to like the
Detroit.
The Lions.
Right.
They haven't paid their running back yet,
right?
But they paid their quarterback. They paid two wide receivers.
Hutchinson.
They paid Aiden Hutchinson.
Right.
So you want to be similar to that.
That's what I'm thinking too. Right.
So, and that's the thing. Like, that's the thing when it comes to it. Like, you can pay them, and it won't last long. That's the key word. Like, it won't last long.
It won't last long.
I'm fine with that because, like, I don't have a rookie quarterback. I don't have a quarterback that's younger. On an upper trajectory. I have a veteran quarterback who they may not want to pay again. Right. At the end of this. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, I personally would. If he's still playing at an all-pro level, I personally would get Dak Prescott another extension, and we'll figure that out when it get there, because it's hard to replace a franchise quarterback. But if they want to say this is the last hurrah, we did everything for Dak, and when he gone, we're going to go into a full-blown rebuild, then F it. That's why I'm mad. If it's only a 2-year window of having the greatest team ever assembled to try and fight, for title number 6 in Dallas, that it just is what it is. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, and I totally agree with that, man. See, that's why I'm excited that we go do some work going forward. This is gonna be some hard ass work. This is gonna be some digging I've never done. I'm doing a lot of calling around right now. I've already reached out to Michael Gelkin because I want to kind of get his notes on how he projected and saw all the costs and all that kind of stuff, so that I can put that in our formula, and we will be able to then present it and have a very smart conversation about timing and planning. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to. Me and him were talking about this on the phone. None of us should ever want to just have a 1 year all-in plan. That's a bad idea. You know what I mean? Because if you have a 1 year all-in plan, you basically taking a gamble on injuries, right? So if it's a bad year on injuries, you win all in, but you'll never get the return for that all in because the injuries kind of derailed the plan, but you already paid for it. So if you want to kind of decrease the odds, you want to have multiple shots at it. You know what I mean? So that's where when we pull out this right here, we're going to dig in a lot in more detail. We go dig into more detail because the thing that I know is going on, people have been looking at this project that all of us do every year where we able to easily create, right? Mm-hmm. And we stop and we start thinking that they can do that at any time. So it's almost like they come back like, man, it ain't no salary cap, bro. Like teams ain't making hard decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. It's a reason why it's only 2 teams right now with 3 players over 30 million. And we talking about 4 with the Dallas Cowboys if you add in Crosby and if you have Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak, you know, mm-hmm. And you right there at it with Tyler Smith. So, huh?
And I said Tyler Smith get good money. No, he look like he make more money than some of the tackles. You know, that's why if they do play the boy at tackle, I ain't saying shit no more. I ain't gonna go. That wouldn't look. Boy, he get more money than Malata, and he won premier left tackles in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, salute the Rogue X. He said, just got here. Did dude just break down how we can't keep Pickens? He broke down why it's going to be hard to have Pickens and Max Crosby.
Long term, we can get Pickens, but so put it like this. The way that we explain it is like this. The best way to say it is, yes, it's possible to do Crosby and Pickens. It's possible, right? But if you do them together, you might have that together maybe 1 or 2 years, and you got to say, do you want to do a 1 or 2 year and blow that whole bitch up and maybe have to blow up the squad? You know what I'm saying? Or do you be like most teams who only have, well, your top teams only have 3 players so far that's over 30 million in a contract. We'll have 4. You know what I'm saying? We'll have the most in the league.
So I did want to talk one thing about that though.
Yeah.
Because I got a way to try to extend this, but it's going to be dependent on some stuff.
All right.
Because Max Crosby after this year has no more guaranteed money on his contract. So you can give him another contract extension if you think that Max Crosby is still going to be Max Crosby, you know, into like his early 30s. Like he's 29.
Yeah, I would take that bet.
You know, he got like another 2 years after this year. If you slap on like just 2 years, it ain't got to be a long ass extension. You just need future years at the end, you know, to push the money out and lower the cap hits. Now, if you're willing to give him an extension and you're willing to send Osa Digizua and Jake Ferguson back to their mama house, you know, we might be able to figure some shit out on the back end. You're gonna have to hit on this.
Hold on. So you saying cut them?
I gotta look at their contract before I say cut them. I'm saying
move them. So
yeah.
My question is, do you get cap relief from what you're saying?
Yes, I gotta pull it up. Give me 2 seconds to crunch the numbers and talk to you. And talk to you. But we'll look because I looked at it.
Because I'm going with your plan, and I like your plan because, to be honest, it's too many times that we've, to me, rushed and paid too fast guys that wasn't top tier, like Bland, like Osa. Good, but it's like I was almost liking when Dallas used to kind of run you off if you wasn't like a star.
I knew.
Kind of like Byron Jones level, dope, but not a star. You feel me? Like the star is supposed to get the bag. Dak star, right? Michael was a star. You feel me? You know, Tyler Smith could be a star, right? Those are people that can be faces of your team. You know what I mean? CeeDee Lamb, clear star. Pickens, those are stars to me. And if you ain't no star and you ain't really holding up, man, I'm ready to be aggressive to get them dudes.
Yeah. Jake is just like Max Crosby. He has no guaranteed money after this year. So you could flat out cut Jake Ferguson and get positive cap equity out of him in 2027. It's a $7 million saving that year, a 2.4 dead money. The year after, it's a 4.7 saving, 2.4 dead money. Year after that, 6.6 cap saving, 2.4 dead money. Year after that, a voided year, 9.7 cap saving. So you save a shit ton of money if you cut Jake Ferguson after this season, but you could trade him with the same kind of cap relief and maybe get a low tier pick back. Like maybe you could turn Jake Ferguson into like a 5th or 6th round pick to a tight end leading team because he got the resume. He a two-time Pro Bowler. Dak gonna throw the ball this year. He might be a 3-time Pro Bowl as an alternate, some shit like that. You can probably get some return on investment for Jake Ferguson. Because I'm with you saying when we talk about like maybe some of these guys, maybe it's a little too tilted. But I don't want to touch the people that deserve it money. Like CeeDee deserved his money. Dak deserved his money. From what George Pickens done, he deserved his money. But you paid a fullback and a tight end. Like they don't have to be on. You know what I mean? Like there's other guys whose contracts are movable that you can get cap relief from trading them or cutting them in this upcoming 2027 season. So if you do go all in and load up, you'll just be losing guys that you don't like anyway. Matter of fact,
let's talk about real quick because what we doing with your plan and what we talking about. Let's review. Let me play this real quick, and then we go talk about this quick because we got to go back to those. Only 3 of 30, 330. Correct. So I'm gonna play this and we go talk about it and we go really kind of make it about the Cowboys. Y'all listen to this. Like he said here, paying 3 players elite money on the same team simultaneously is extremely challenging under the NFL salary cap. The Cowboys will become the league's only club to compensate 3 players at least $30 million per year. So that's kind of speaking to the crowd that believes, they can free up the money. And what I really love is that you actually did more work and showed your work with the can kicks back. So like on that clip, he was making a point showing that the salary cap is real. Because, you know, when you dealing with stuff like this, it's almost like people say that when they got somebody that they just like. Right. So it's obviously a whole lot of people that just love picking. So their automatic retort is it's a myth anyway. Just get it done. It's like people not serious. Right. You're not serious when you're talking like that, because at that time, that was 2 years ago. It was no team with 3 players with $30 million contracts. At this point, we now trying to be a team with 4 and close to 5. Right. So it does get to a point to where are you too tilted either way. So let's talk about the teams that got the 30s right now. So you said the Bengals. So that would be Chase, Higgins, their quarterback, and
I don't think Trey made 30 this year.
So that's 3. So they one of the teams with the 3 now, right?
Yeah.
And so they tilted heavily on the offense, and it hurts their defense. But then the other team is Detroit. So who do they have?
They have Jared Goff. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
And then they had, because we looked at Penn.
What about Williams?
Williams only had he's not that same caliber of wide receiver. So he only made
they didn't give him 30?
No.
Okay. So
he couldn't get 30. I'm sure he wanted 30, but he can't get 30. you know what it is, man.
So they 2. Then Hutchinson 3, right?
Yeah, Hutchinson like 40 something. Hutchinson the one he like 40 something. And then
Hutchinson 40.
Yeah, you making 40. You make like 42, 40. Yeah, you gonna look. Matter of fact, let me tell you his exact. His exact API.
And also tell me his cap hit too.
That's fresh ass money, so that shit ain't nothing probably. Bro.
Right.
Because remember,
I'm just curious though.
I'm gonna tell you. I was just saying. You remember when Dak was a $40 million quarterback and never cost you $40 million?
Yep. He never. Yeah. His cap hits wasn't even 16, bro. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's why you love to get extensions done instead of franchise tag.
Right.
Is going to be last year was 14.3. This year is going to be 10.1. The year after that it will be 16.
The cap hits
will be 21. Yes,
that's dope.
His big money cap hit does not come until 2029, and it's 53.9.
That's perfect.
And by then, all of his guaranteed money is gone.
That's perfect. Okay, so they only got 3.
Yeah.
All right.
So remember, Penei Sewell was close, but I didn't count him. He make 28. He don't make 30, so I excluded him. Penei Sewell makes 28, so he's not in the 30 range. Yeah, we ain't rounding up.
I almost want to round up. Almost. Just keeping it fair. Why, right? Because that's still a big ticket dude. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is...
We can include him, because he a top payer.
Because I'm going to include Tyler Smith.
Okay, cool. Let's do
so that would make us have 5 when there's no other team that has 5.
Yeah, because like you said, they would have 4 then.
Yeah, they would have 4 then. And then if we count Tyler Smith, we have 5.
We have 5. But hey, the Sam Laporta contract coming up, so he might be one of the highest paid tight ends when everything is said and done.
Is the tight end market in the 30s?
Not yet.
Are they even close?
Let's see.
I can only see maybe Bowers because he different.
Trey McBride too.
Oh, Trey dope too. You right. Trey dope.
Trey so gangster.
Yeah, Trey dope. I know you looking it up. Let me know. But we having this conversation because now we finna take this in a direction of what do we do with Dallas? Because now we talking about 5, and so we got to
don't make no money. We ain't gonna include them.
Okay, cool, perfect. All right, so let's break this down to Dallas. So with Dallas, we got Pickens over 30, Pickens over 30, CeeDee Lamb over 30, Dak over 30. That's offense. We count Tyler Smith. That's offense. Then we would have to get somebody for defense. But we already got 4 that's over 30, bro. And nobody else has that but Detroit.
Right.
And they got somebody on defense accounted for. That and we don't. We may be trying to get one. Do we sacrifice one of these, brother? Like, for real. Do you cut off if it's too tilted? For real.
Yeah, I'm cutting. I told him I'm not cutting them, though. I'm cutting the people that don't deserve the money. Because you can actually get out of their contracts. I think when it comes to, like, moving guys, you know, because I'm not saying that you can't trade CeeDee Lamb. Folks would line up. Oh, shit, did I freeze?
No.
Can you hear me?
No, yeah, you good. You good. He thought he froze. He was good. Nah, you good.
Okay, cool. No, I was saying like I cut the people that don't deserve the money, you know, because I want to keep my best players together. But I don't think that Jake Ferguson is one of my best players. I don't think that I would lose sleep, you know, taking back the money I gave a fucking fullback. I don't think that the Ron Bland with 2 bad feet is still an all-pro player. Like guys who contracts I can easily get out of that I paid good money to. We gave the Ron Bland $92 million. We gave Jake Ferguson like pretty good tight end money.
Can you get out of that this early without the see? That's what I'm talking about with them switches, dog. See them switches.
I'm talking about 2027. Because we already have confirmed that there's no more guaranteed money on Jake Ferguson contract after this year. There is no, no reprimand for that. Like you get positive equity for moving him. Now you give me 2 seconds, I'll check for the Ron Bland too, because the way it's looking, most of these new contracts are front loaded with the guaranteed money. So if it gets to the end, because that's why they were able to move Trayvon Diggs. Like they gave him most of his guaranteed money up front, and then when they cut him, they had positive equity in cutting. Even though you should have seen what he could have did with a new defensive coordinator before you moved him, but they cut him and they saved the money, right? So let me take a look, and I'll let you know what the Ron Bland stuff looking like. Because I'm with you. Like we're gonna have to trim the fat somewhere.
And see, I like how you thinking too, bro. I like how you thinking, because I'm thinking that top might just cost too much, just in common sense, because we the only team with 5, right? What Henny's saying is, before we do that, let's go look at what need to be cut first, and let's try to keep the stars. That's what Henny doing right now. And then we gonna put this on paper too. We gonna put this on paper, because what we low key doing, we building a plan. Like we talked about, that's exactly what we doing. We trying to get to a consensus, because it might get to a point to where we can say, man, we can't do Crosby because he won't make sense from a standpoint of a plan. This what I mean by that. If you're trying to build your team, right? You trying to build your team, but he go take away picks that could help your budget into the future and get you players, he don't fit. So you might need to take a little bit less in terms of trade, right? But that's gonna give you a better net, because you'll have them first rounders still. So we gotta go, and that's where I would have to compromise. I would have to be like, I get off my want for trade, for Crosby, and I compromise for trade. You feel me? So, but first thing he doing is he looking at where we can cut some fat, because I just honestly don't see us being the only team with 5 players right at around 30 million APYs average per year. That's just like, that's Santa Claus, bro. You feel me? And that clearly, like Michael Gilkin said, would be very short-lived, impossible.
Yeah, it's the same with the Ron Bland. They gave him all his guaranteed money up front. So he'll have 13 guaranteed this year, and not a dime of guaranteed money 2027 and forward. So if you were to trade, let's say we trade him, because I'm tired of just cutting people. Let's say we trade this man, let's say we trade him next year. If you trade this man and somebody was actually willing to pick up that contract, the void year in 2030, you save $28.2 million alone. 2027 is a $13 million saving with a $4.4 million dead money hit. 2028 is a $6.8 million saving with a $4.4 dead money hit. 2029 is an $11 million saving with a $4.4 dead money hit. 2030 in the voided years, since somebody else is going to take the entire contract, is a $28.2 million saving with 0 dead money. So you move a $92 million cornerback that doesn't give you anything, because he's barely played for you in 2 years, and when he has played for you, he's on ESPN for all the wrong reasons. He's on the low lights. So I'm starting with Jake. I'm starting with the Ron Bland. And listen, when we get Max over here, I'm giving him money. I'm giving the boy an extension so we can keep pushing this shit down. Like most people, like your competitors over there in Philadelphia, they are sitting and waiting for the TV money. That's why all they shit is sitting there in 2029. It looks ridiculous when you look at how they structure their shit. You know what I'm saying? It looks crazy, but they know in between that time, the cap's going to go up the way it normally does. It depends on what they see in the Ron Bland. And if you can't trade him, then you can cut him for similar cap savings, because you don't owe him any more guarantees. The Dallas Cowboys gave him a nice ass signing bonus when he signed his name on the contract, and they gave him all his guaranteed money in these last couple of years. So I understand.
So there's no guaranteed money left on Bland?
No, not this year. So 2027, you gotta ride out with Jake Ferguson this year. You gotta ride out with the Ron Bland this year. But you can get rid of their ass, this upcoming off season. Like this
And
time
then
next year.
see, and we don't have them on the list, do we? At all.
What of people
This
getting
list.
No,
Okay.
no, that's different money. That's 2027 cap savings. So remember.
So
another thing
when are you
that
talking
we're not
about making these
about-
changes?
What you mean?
Because what we trying to do is we trying to have a window. I want a 3-year window of talent. As much as I don't want a 2-year, I take a 2-year. Like, so let me explain what I'm saying by that. Like, so everybody, obviously this year we can, hit some switches. Right? We can make some moves. But what we haven't done yet is show the ramifications, right? The cost into the future. So if you're too aggressive with your switches, what happens is you'll have dead cap that'll come up at a time that can hurt your contention window. So we're not even showing that, right? So like Zack Martin is an example of that. That's a perfect example. So with Zack Martin, remember, we was treating the cap like Santa Claus. We was. When it was time to pay Zack Martin and he skipped the line, everybody was saying, the cap is a myth. Just pay him. Just pay him.
But see, Balls, let me elaborate on what happened with Zack Martin. It's not really the fact that they extended him. It's the fact that they touched his money after they extended him. Because the way that you get out of the restructures, not really get out of, but the way that you make it even, because the dead money comes due when you restructure somebody's contract. The way that you make that right is if the player is still young, viable, and playing at a high level, you offer them the extension. So, for example, we've been touching CD Lamb money, right? And it's really what we did with Dak Prescott on his first 2 deals, right? Because Dak was still young, playing at a high level, yada yada. That's why you never really felt that this man was a $40 million quarterback. We touched his money until we couldn't touch it no more. And by the time that there was a big cap hit due, he was due for an extension again. So we signed Dak Prescott to an extension, the second time around, and pretty much reset the clock, on those last restructures that we did, because he had New Year's, new money, and a lower cap hit, from a lot of what he had being converted into a signing bonus at the time. Right. And that's pretty much what would happen with a player like CD Lamb. Yeah, so like CD Lamb, like you restructure CD Lamb these last couple of years, but it's CD Lamb. You're expecting to get CD Lamb another contract again, so it's going to level out. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Zack Martin was close to retirement when they decided to restructure him.
Hold on.
That's what messed up. If they had just
extended but that's going to my point though, Henny. How we'll go in there and we'll make a list and say, hit the switches. You feel me? It frees it up, but it tear your ass up later. You know what I mean? And we have to be able. And what we're going to do, most people stop right here. They show you we can free up, right? And some of that stuff is kind of smart and automatic. Like Malik Hooker, smart, easy. Logan, easy, right?
Yeah, because they're
that Kenny Clark, that can get you. That Quentin Williams, that can get you. Especially with Oso on there. You feel me? That can get you. That shit will come right back and bite you right in your ass. You know what I'm saying? Now we hit the switches though. We hit the switches.
Hold on, because the extension ain't really a switch. The restructure is a switch. You know what I'm saying? It's built into the contract. Right. The extensions is brand new money, brand new contract. And if you don't, touch
and extensions are usually better because the cap hits is usually not tough at the beginning of your extension. They balloon later. Right.
Yeah, and that's the point that I'm making. You know what I'm saying when I talk about proper cap building, because yes, you can hit the switches with the restructures, but you shouldn't really restructure like an aging player if they're like in their early 30s and shit like that. Outside of like Dak Prescott, like you just can't let him play on a $75 million cap hit.
And somebody said Quentin Williams, though, boss, he gonna be good for at least 4 more years. When I say he go get you, I'm saying his cost go balloon. It's go balloon. That's what I'm saying. It's like we free it up now, but it's go balloon later. It is go balloon. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I gave him an extension instead of restructuring.
And I'm cool with him. Just FYI, I pay the cost for him, right?
Yeah,
but it's other people that's kind of like some of these and you can't have too many big contracts. You can't, because then you got a lot of big contracts ballooning together.
And that'd be another thing. So like, let's say that they don't restructure Osa. Let's just say that they just rock with what Osa got this year. If I'm not mistaken, Osa contract might be built the same way, and you could realistically get out of his contract in 2027 if you don't touch it. So let me just double check that. So you might be able to take Osa Digizua off on this end and just permanently get rid of him, because he's 28 years old and he's structured the same way. His guaranteed salary is $0 after 2026. The Dallas Cowboys knew what they were doing. They basically gave these niggas two-year extensions.
And see, I'm so glad my boy Brandon said it. He said you can't flip all the Swift. Thank you. Winter is coming. That Dak balloon payment is in. See, you talking, man. Yeah. See, boy, them switches is real. Right. Let me play this clip. We go talk about it. Check this out.
If let's say 2022, and I'm just picking kind of a random year in the back, but I'm pretty sure the Cowboys, they did this with Dak in that year, because they've kind of done it every year with him. But if they were to take his base salary and convert the vast majority of it to signing bonus, that signing bonus will spread out up to 5 years across the cap. So it's be in 2022, 2023, 24, 25, 26. And so by being able to convert the salary into bonus, you're taking the money you're pushing that money in the future. You're kicking the can down the road. You're essentially, creating cap space today in 2022, as we speak in 2024, but bear with me.
Right.
You're creating space in 2022, and in exchange, let's say $3 million less off of 2023, and then $3 million less off 24 and 25, and so forth. So when you just kick the can down the road to create immediate cap space, you are hamstringing yourself in the future, because that's effective cap space is going down, and that's what has happened when they've done that with Zack Martin, and that's a big issue. He's going to cost a tremendous amount of dead money over the next 2 years in terms of 2025 and 2026, particularly if he was to step away from the game. Next offseason, which is a possibility, as I've read.
Man, listen, you see how that dude was forecasted. He forecasted everything that happened, bro. He didn't miss not a beat. He said that 2 years ago. He hit the number on the head. That is exactly what the number is right now, bro. What he said, bro. He said, that's go hit y'all as Zack Martin go hit y'all in 25 and 26. He told us these switches was go hit. Now, this is the problem that I want everybody to understand. Why sometimes we got to be willing to make tough decisions. Because it was a time where Zack Martin was being told, man, just hit the switches. Just hit the switches. Right? But that cost was gonna hit your ass when it was really time to make a tough decision. You had McGovern sitting on your team, who ended up being a Pro Bowler with Buffalo, who could play left guard and right guard. But the fans, when it come to offense, we pay everything. We pay everything and we stop thinking. Now, I want y'all to think for a second. What could that $25 million that's hitting on our books right now, could that have paid for Michael Parsons? Yes. And that's exactly why Gelkin was projecting that his switch or cost that was going to come into the future was going to affect the young big three. And see, what I'm talking about is people that's literally out there like, man, just hit the switches. Just hit the switches and pay everybody, man. Say, listen, we go do this responsibly. It's a responsible way to do this.
It is. And you cut all three of them niggas I said they don't deserve the money. Because I just found $40 million off of Osa contract. You literally saved $20.5 million cutting Osa in 2027. So
let's do this. And I know me and he ain't gonna do this. Let's put the pen to the paper. And let me tell you, especially if we go 3 years, bro, we will be the only people, or you, really you, or me. We go do the work together. We'll be the only people that's showing a 3-year projection based on switches. That's the proper way to do it, right? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that'll allow us to figure out also which one of these do. Because see, then what that would be saying is the money we freed up from this projection, we will make a different decision.
Yeah. So I actually found only one thing I would change on this.
Okay.
I wouldn't touch Osa money this year.
Okay.
So that little $12 million
subtracted.
If I just
we not hitting that switch. Yep.
Yeah, out that shit, and I can get rid of him entirely the next year.
See, and you see,
because remember, I was telling you, I don't believe you need $3 $20 million defensive tackles.
Right.
He ain't a premier pass rushing 3 tech like I thought he would be.
Right.
He
And
know
see,
what I'm saying?
And see, I'm so glad we having this. You know why I'm so glad we having the discussion? These are the tough discussions that need to be had, bro. We need to talk about this. And a lot of people don't like to have these discussions. And because nobody ever did this work, you know who just skated under the radar while we were trying to get rid of Dez? Crosby.
Who?
People like Crosby. You know what I'm saying? That was underperforming people in these contracts, and then nobody said nothing. People like Ferg just float. They be coming in the back door and they be fumbling. You know what I mean? While we jumping and we trying to hold on to him point. We be in here going to war over the big money guys. Man, should we get rid of Dez? Should we get rid of Pickens? And the whole time we got Ferg and Bland.
Man, there's 3 guys right now. Because listen, I agree with you. Everybody can't be paid.
Right.
But I'm paying the sure superstars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Max Crosby is a superstar. George Pickens is a superstar. Like if I can have them and my only, catalyst is it costs me Osa, it costs me Bland, it costs me Ferg, it costs me Hunter Lukey, and it cost me these 2 draft picks, I will live with that.
Mm-hmm.
I will live with that. And to your point about teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like he was saying, like there's no teams with 3 million. There wasn't at the time, but now there are 3.
Right.
There are like 2.
With a rising cap.
And eventually there will be more.
Right.
Like somebody
the cap, the cap keep rising. So like
somebody had to be the first team to do.
Right.
Like this
and because the cap keep rising, it's gonna just naturally do it too. So like for instance, Tyler Smith is on the cusp, right? Mm-hmm. When the cap rise, he gonna be one of them. Like the next Tyler Smith, for example. You know what I mean? Instead of being too close, it's gonna be too over. So 30 don't need to be the benchmark. It's almost like as this cap increase, we need to increase like 35 is the new benchmark. Then 40 need to be our new benchmark to kind of see which one is, when are you kind of tilted in a direction, offense or defense, based on your top 30 guys, which might be your new like top 40 guys. You know what I'm saying?
He said that's not what happened. It began at the draft. They picked Mozzie instead of taking the 3 from KC and a pick. You talk about the trade.
What trade?
I think he's saying that Kansas City tried to trade for the pick that we had. I don't recall. I don't remember.
I don't even know what we're talking about the draft.
Yeah, we talk about that's not what happened. He at the beginning of the draft. I'm not sure.
I don't know why he's like talking about the draft. He might be talking about somebody else. Nah, that super chat got to be at us.
We were talking about something. I don't know.
So anyway,
But yeah, I agree with you though. Like some of the shit might be too tilted, but I'd rather trim the fat first, and then if we trim all the fat and we still can't have to choose between 1 and 2, then we have to choose between 1 and 2. You know, but I would rather go with this plan. You know, see if that money lines up. You know, and go from there. Because $20 million is $20 million is a lot of cap. Because altogether, if you cut if you cut Osa in 2027, there's only $16 million in total dead money, and there's $1 million in total cap savings. So it's a lot of positive equity in just him not being here. Anytime the cap savings outweigh the dead money, you go with it.
Oh, he said the reason why Zach got paid is what the super chat was. Is he talking about Bergeron?
Oh shit!
Like Bergeron, the dude,
the guard that went to Atlanta. Because you remember Mike McCarthy wanted him too when they overrode.
No, but still, hold on real quick. That still was no reason. My whole point of bringing that up is because sometimes we got to make tough decisions. And now me and Henny was getting ready to get down to that, and that's what Henny just said. And Henny doing it the right way. Henny saying before we cut any one of these stars, go cut them dudes that shouldn't have got paid first, right? And they almost always around. You know what Star called them?
What?
The ones that Jerry used to make the real stars jealous, and I think she's right on that. You feel me? Like Jalen Smith
during the Michael Parsons fiasco, they went ahead and cashed out on Bland and all.
Right,
got money.
Yeah, it's the ones they paid as cheap and that ran to the table, right, to skip the real star, right? They ran to the table like, I will be team friendly, right? No, go get them out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, everybody knew that that Micah should have got paid before Osa. But Osa runs to the table to be team friendly. And now he paid and Micah gone. Bland run to the table to be team friendly and Micah gone.
And the team friendly guys never last long because Jalen Smith got the fuck up out of here.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do that.
Star got a real good theory with that. She was like, man, that's the ones that Jerry used to make him jealous. And I know that's true. Because think about it. Agents all on the field. Your agent ain't getting the call back. You know what I'm saying, bro? And you Micah, and your agent is not getting the call back, but Bland them agent out there charming up with you. Woo, I'm mad. Then he laid on the table. He like, boy.
I would have flipped the table over.
I would have flipped the table over.
I won't be able to lay on it. I don't.
Man, bro. Hold on, let me play this clip, bro. Bro. I gotta talk about this, bro.
They have to hold. The Dallas Cowboys front office must hold. I don't think they go hold, but I think they must hold. They have to protect the way they have been doing business because with their best players, it has been working. So if you allow Zack Martin to put pressure on you while already having a contract to get more, who's gonna stop the other group of youngsters that's coming up to also hold your feet to the fire? So if you allow, And I'm just keeping it real. If you allow Zack Martin to do this, you telling me Michael Parsons not next?
Damn.
Hey,
That's sad, ain't it?
Yeah, but this is not the first time one of our stars jumped the line. It wasn't Zeke turn when he went to Cabo.
Oh, he fine. I don't blame Zeke. The hell no. Nah.
Listen,
he totally different.
I'm just saying he did jump the line.
He did jump the line, and I ain't got no problems with him though, because that's him trying to get his second contract. That ain't no rules in that. See where Zach was totally in the wrong. He already had a record-breaking contract, and he was at the end of his career, and he jumped Steele, Diggs, Dak's third contract, Micah's second contract, and CeeDee Lamb's second contract. He jumped all of them, bruh. And the fans was like, shit, hit the switches.
I got a better switch than anything. I got a switch called get your ass gone.
That's what I mean, bro. When are we gonna make tough decisions, bro? We don't make, for offense, we not tough, bro. We not tough when it comes to offense. We not tough, bro. We not. Everybody gets paid, bro. Everybody gets Ferg, the fullback, Zeke, your left guard, your left tackle gonna get paid. You gonna pay 2 receivers.
Oh shit! All right, so Terrence Steele guaranteed money is out this year. So if you wanted to cut Terrence Steele, you could.
See, I see what's starting to happen. We starting to make some amendments. That's my dog. See, I'm bringing the kill out of my boy. You see how we amending this list? We amending it.
Remember, Terrence Steele barely made the restructure list.
I know he did. Say we gonna have to take that number down about 30 million.
No, it's gonna go up for slightly. It's gonna go not from 31 because we're gonna take off the Osa.
Yeah, we take it off Osa and we take it off Terrence Steele.
Terrence Steele gonna go up. We cut his ass. We ain't even gonna get restructured.
Hey, listen, bro. Hey, listen, man. You see how hit it turned to a killer, man?
Yeah, his ass gone. Cause hey, boss, hear me out.
I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you, bro.
This Terrence Steele savings, cause this nigga only got like $6 million in dead money. You got $14 million saving this year, $17 million in saving next year, and 17.5 the year after that. So altogether, when you talk about bang for your buck on cutting somebody and you getting positive equity out of it, that's 14 plus 17 plus 17.5. That's $48.5 million in savings, and 4.1 plus 4.1 plus plus 1.1. only $9.3 million in dead money. That's over 30. Well, that's only over $30+ million in positive equity.
So now the plan would be Nate.
Huh?
And somebody said Zack Martin had no guaranteed money remaining on his original deal. He wanted that security. And see what Dallas should have said when he wanted that security. Dallas should have told him, no, let me tell you what should have happened. It should have been a dun-dun-dun. The Dallas Cowboys are evaluating trade opportunities for Zack Martin.
Hell yeah. And he could retire from a different team.
You see what I'm saying?
If you let Tyron Smith retire a Jet, you can let Zack Martin retire somewhere else.
It should have been one of those breaking news. The Dallas Cowboys are having internal discussions about Zack Martin's trade worth. Trying to get their phone to ring, and it should have been a week later. Zack Martin has been traded to the Bengals for a 5th round pick. Yeah.
Because you see how easy it is for me to just say them niggas gone when they ain't got no guaranteed money left in their contract. He didn't want that. He didn't want to end up on the street. He wanted to go home with a bag.
Right. He basically got Dallas. But when we in this mode of, see, this is what I'm trying to explain. When you get in that mode of, let's just hit some switches. You ain't willing to make the tough decisions because you think you can always hit the switches. You just hit the switches.
But boss, you're leaving out the fact. Cutting nigga is hitting the switch too.
No, yeah. I'm just talking. What I'm saying is though, and I know what you mean by that. I'm saying, we don't make tough decisions on offense, bro. We don't, bro. And it's frustrating to me because you know who pays for that? Your defense, bro. Your defense pays when you throw tags at Schultz. We paid Schultz $11 million on a tag, and that money gone. We paid Pollard 10. We still This is saying that Zack Martin is going to account $25 million. Well, 16 this year. 16, dog.
You can say 25 in the last 2 years. That's still too much,
man. Hit them switches. The cap is a mint. It's a mint. Hit the switch. No. So let's go back to this, and we gonna be almost finished, bro.
I got some input on that.
Okay, now talk to me. Talk to me. We reasoning this out, bro. We reasoning this out. Hit the switches.
Yeah, but sometimes the switch is to get them the fuck out of Dodge.
No, I agree. I agree.
And this is my talking point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do all these restructures, but there's some guys on the team that don't need to be here. It's always going to be some guys that they give short-term extensions to when they run out of guaranteed money. They need to be bouncers. They need to be traded to a team that's needed for their position for a low grade pick, or they just need to be in the unemployment line. Now, I'm with you. If you don't get rid of any of your mid-grade players and shit, and you just keep kicking the can down the road, and everybody that you ever gave money to was on the team, that is a horrible way of doing things.
Right.
But if your
books are gonna be fucked up.
But if you're cutting and trading your aging players, or your underperforming players that are running out of guaranteed money, like, you can sort of massage this shit better. You just can't have Jake, Osa, DeRon Bland, and Terrence Steele
Crosby,
all this money and not being
Jalen Smith.
Yeah, Crawford.
Yeah, I say Crosby. Crawford.
Now we want Crosby. Hold on.
My bad. Crawford. That's my boy D.A. Lee, man. He got him a new. I didn't know it was you, bro.
Salute to D.A. Lee, man.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't know that was D.A. Lee.
I agree with Paul's point though. Like, you just can't do the restructures. You gonna have to actually cut too.
Yeah,
and there are people that are worth it being cut that they need to cut.
Right.
For this to work. And
I'm committed to this. We gotta also do better than this. Like, real talk. Like, because me and you, Hennon, know that there can be repercussions from this. We're gonna have to dig into those repercussions, and we're gonna do a 2 to 3 year projection going forward. But when we do this every year, this is what this does. When we show that how much money we can free up, I'm gonna be honest, it creates a Santa Claus mentality in the fans, right? Because they not really looking at the real repercussions and the consequences of switches. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are true consequences of switches, right? Truly. You know what I'm saying? That can does kick back. Like, the Zack Martin can is still kicking your ass right now. That the switches, it just kicked you in your teeth, and you struggled to even consider Michael Parsons. Because like he said around that time, it was no teams around that time that had 3 players with $30 million APYs. If that's the case, then that means that every team does have to have some budgeting, especially for their top end guys. So,
Talk to me.
Are we overslanted on our top end guys, offense to defense? And I know we go trim the fat. We go do that whole exercise. We go in there. We go cut everybody out of her. But I'm saying, if it still come out that it's hard to make the books work. Hold on, D.A. Lee blocked.
Somebody better not have blocked D.A. Lee.
Okay, man, I'm gonna figure that out, bro. Okay. All right. We gonna figure that out, bro. I'm gonna have to make a mod change, bro. D.A. Lee is literally like one of the first 20 that's been here from day one, bro. Matter of fact, he was, no doubt, he was with me on Facebook, bro. That was the West Coast days. Now we go fix that, bro. And I'm gonna fix the mods. Like, it's something going on with that shit. Like, we can't be. You can't block day ones, bro. What the fuck? That's D.A. Lee, bro. Huh?
So they smoke a shine.
Like, it's some of these dudes, like, literally was before I even turned on YouTube. Like, for real. D.A. Lee was with me on Facebook, bro. Shit.
That's love right there, boy.
Like, for real. I got pictures with him with, like, when he had a half face. I seen every one of his profiles change. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm gonna have to go in there. Because I can go fix that. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna see how many people got. My boy said it wasn't me, boss. Hey, I'm gonna make a change to them mods, bro. We can't have mods acting like God, bro. Y'all can't be acting like God, bro. Like, especially with people that y'all know. Man, D.A. Lee been coming here forever with the same slogan. We in the building, bro. Come on, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? We know who he is, bro. All right, let's keep going, bro. What was you saying?
Nah, like, well, I think your question was, what we overslanted on our top guys.
Offense.
And, yeah, offensively.
Yeah.
Because I think that the guys that deserve to be paid on offense got paid. My issue is always paying fucking fullbacks decent money, paying a tight end, you know, the year after he didn't have a touchdown catch, good money. You know, things like that is what bothers me. It's the mid-tier guys, you know, that bothers me. Because think about it. Think about between all those contracts, between Jake, Olsen, DeRon Bland, Terrence Steele, Hunter Luke, and shit like that. Like, dog, like, just getting them off of your team and reallocating that money to Max Crosby and whatever other defensive player you want. Like, you have a completely different team. Because DeRon Bland has not done anything for you these last 2 seasons. You know, Jake Ferguson, for the most part, he's been up and down. He was awful the year before. He was okay this year. You know, you don't just have to have him. Like, you
right.
got that kind of.
And what you said, what Gelkin said too. See, Gelkin said see, y'all better listen to Henny, bro. Like, Henny, what Gelkin said is, them switches and them cans are kicking back. To your point.
Yeah, like, you can't.
Them bad decisions are kicking back. Yeah, them switches, some of them bad contracts, them tags.
They gotta go. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't ever deserve, you know how on Final Destination, you ain't supposed to even be alive, so Death just spun the block and got you out of here. They were never supposed to be paid, so we gotta get them off the team, man. They gotta go. We gotta come spin the block on them motherfuckers. And it will help your cap though. Just from looking at this, I found so much money just by cutting them. I'm even more invested in trying to do this, boss.
Yeah, we got to do this. We got to update this, bro. Cause see, you done created a lot of Santa Claus with this, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. We created straight. People are quoting this by the number, dog, because of your ass, bro. It's a whole lot of people be in the streets talking to me, mad at me, bro. Like, we can do both, boss.
And listen, you still could.
And you could, and I know you can, bro. We can do both. It's just how long is this boat gonna last? At what point do you blow that up? Because I don't want no 1 year boat. I take a 2 year boat. I really want a 3 year boat.
I can get you 1 year with everything that you got right now. You can have George Pickens, Max Crosby, Jake Ferguson, Osa. You can have all 3 of your defensive tackles and Max Crosby for a year. Osa is going to have to go after that. You're going to have another right tackle the year after that. You're going to have another starting tight end the year after that. You're going to have another starting corner the year after that. But I can get you 2 years of this year.
Let's put this on paper, bro. I want to fight for 3 too, bro. I ain't lying. I want 3 cracks at this with Dak, bro. Cause Dak got 3 years, bro. We need to make this go 3 years.
Eat greedy. Like split for 3. We'll see how hard we can.
Let's lock in 2, but let's fight to beat 3, dog. In my opinion, that's fair. Yeah, cause it fit Dak window. And if that means we go probably have to make some tough decisions to get it to 3.
Yeah, and listen, I don't consider what I said tough. I don't have any feelings for players. Like I know certain people love Osa Digizua. I know there's a cult that loves Jake Ferguson. There's certain people that love Deron Bland. You know, Terrence Steele has his supporters and detractors.
Yeah,
like the money says that they can go and that I get a positive return on investment just for them not being on this team. And if I could have Max Crosby and George Pickens just by telling them good the fuck bye, then so be it. And you're right. I'm not going to touch the Osa, and Terrence Steele might fuck around and be gone this year fucking with me. Like, I might just cut Terrence Steele right now.
Hey, Nate. And see, I'm just keeping it real, bro. And I'm just being all the way real, bro. It's a lot of resources slanted on offense. Like, everybody paid over there, bro. That shit crazy.
So we can cut 2 of them. Cut Jake, cut
right.
Steve. Really cut
fucking
3.
Cut offense.
If I look at Hunter Luke numbers and we can get rid of him on positive equity, he can go too. Because we don't even need a fucking full.
We need to do. Hey, listen, man. You got all this. You got all this. I'm gonna start calling Henley computer, bro. Cause we go do a part 2 on this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. You got it. Cause we go come back and see. Listen, when we do this next time, we go call this the all in. Let me think. I already had a name for it. Basically, it was like this is how we go get it all. Because what me and Hen was talking about before we did the show is that at some point, like we've been obviously debating, right? We've been having debates, Crosby, Pickens, these different debates, right? But the whole point of these debates is to finally get to a consensus, right? Like to get to where some we agree on, like, hey, bro, this the plan, bro. We finna try to really get 3 years of a team with Dak. You know what I'm saying? This is what we aiming for, you know? And then me and Henny agreed it's gonna turn to from debate to agreement. Like, nigga, if we finna keep Pickens, right, this is the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how he go fit the whole window. And then that's go. And so what we was also talking about with that is if you coming up with this way to pay your stars, you also gonna have to have a plan for the role players. You know, and how we go attack that, you know. So we doing all of this way before free agency, because the next time we do this, we not gonna do, I call this monopoly cap. Anybody that showed me a 1 year plan like this, I'm gonna call it monopoly. But if you show me a 2 to 3 year, I'm gonna call it you really planning, you thinking. Like you really, and we looking at all the consequences, and that's what I love doing shows with my boy Henny, because I knew, I said, boy, we go change this. Like when we start talking this through, I said we go change this shit. I knew it. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you really try to have a 3 year plan, bro, it take this monopoly shit out. It take this. Oh, let's just hit the switch. Let's hit the switch. Hit the switches. Hit the switch. Shit, no. Hell nah, bro. So some of these switches we gonna have to be.
We just gotta hit. Hey, Bob, we just gotta hit different switches. That's all.
Hit the switches.
We gotta hit the switch that make a nigga blow up.
Right. So anyway, man, I do want to say this, bro. I do also, and I'm gonna just throw this out here, bro. I do want us to stop saying that the cap is a myth. I ain't lying. The reason why I say that because I do want people to take us serious as a community. Like, it was an honor that Deronte Jones reached out. You know what I'm saying? And it was an honor that Blogging in the Balls is like, bro, I like how you thought through the details of Crosby versus Pickens. I'm gonna write an article on your tweet. And he did it. You know what I'm saying? So the good thing about stuff like that is it's saying that the executives and people in the liquor store, those are the type people that they take this shit serious, right? So we not just going out with just because this is real, but we not presenting this as like, oh yeah, they could just free up this and hit some switches and you know, now what's the real repercussions of this? Like, perfect example. Let me give you a perfect example. So like, and I said this earlier. So we see that we get 15 million on Kenny Clark, but then we got to look at the cap hits for the next 2 years and watch for the ballooning. Because then, especially if you have certain dope players that might be coming up and it's time for them to get paid, how does that affect that person? How does the switch, right, affect that person? Like, for instance, how did the Zack Martin switch affect, obviously, Michael Parsons? And it did. You know what I'm saying? So... Yeah, and I want us to say it the right way. Like my boy D.A. Lee said perfectly. The cap ain't a milk, but it can be manipulated. Yes, it can be manipulated, right? And so, but D.A. Lee, a lot of people ain't thinking, like they think you can do anything. They think you can say, hey man, you want Aaron Donald? Go get him. The cap is a myth. Hey, you want to pay Pickens and you want to pay Crosby and Trey? Man, the cap is a myth. You can just hit some switches. Hit some switches. The cap is rising every year. Hit the switch. Nah, bro. Hell no. We gotta have this conversation in real context, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of cap savings. There's 28 million lifetime savings for Jake Ferguson. 41 million lifetime savings from Osa, and the Ron Bland is 59 million lifetime savings. I'll just have to compare that to the dead money hits to give you the final numbers. So I'll tell you, I have all this shit worked out by the time I talk.
Say, man, listen, boy, listen, that boy, listen. I can't wait till we do that show. Ooh, I can't wait. Take your time. I'ma look at it too. Boy, that show gonna be dope. Man, we finna do us a 3-year projection, bro. Man, I'm so crunk to do some nerd shit. And the only problem is the only thing that I hate, bro, is we don't have, like, right now, we don't have no stars coming up to get paid. Maybe Tyler Guyton if he just turn up.
Oh man, this is totally off subject. It'd be horrible. It'd be fucking horrible if the Dallas Cowboys gave the Morgan Overshawn a pity contract.
I think it's coming,
especially with the way the picking shit might go. He might be the next nigga that don't deserve a contract and get paid. There's a track record of it. And I personally like the Morgan Overshawn, but when we and landlord talked about it, like, this nigga don't play. He do not play football. I don't know what he do when he's not on the field, but he didn't play a snap his rookie year. He only played 11 games his second year. I could be wrong. Could be 13, but he didn't play a full season then, and he damn sure ain't play a full season this year. The man got like 20 games to his name in 3 years, and there was like 51 possible he could have played in. He's played 20 of them, so he missed like 31 games so far. So point being, like, regardless of how dope he looked when he on the field, he's not on the field enough to warrant you paying him. And stuff like that, you randomly give guys like that, I believe in you deals. You give Marquise Bell a contract that could max out at $12 million, and he don't play any meaningful snaps for you at all. He just making $12 million on your team, playing special teams basically. Like shit like that is what pisses me off, and that's why we sit here to have conversations about getting Jordan Pickens or Max Crosby. Like, you could have had way more cap space if you have managed your shit better. Not playing Dak Prescott money all this goddamn time. Just go ahead and getting him his extension instead of, because you'll never get the money back that you lost on Dak Prescott. You'll never get that money back, because when Dak Prescott originally could have got extended, like the market was like $28 to $30 million.
Yeah, it was 28. It was 28. I remember. That was my first article I ever wrote.
Yes. And by the time he ended up signing that deal, it was $40
million. Yep.
He jumped every fucking body.
Yep.
So
so let's talk about the costs in general. So that's a $12 million jump on a $4 million contract. So we talking about $48 million in waste, and then you add on top of that the $31.5 million tag that was a waste, because that was 4.5 games. In bullshitting, they threw away $70 million just fucking around with that.
Exactly. And you'll never get that money back.
And you'll never get it back.
Think about it. Dak would have played at those cheap cap hits for all that time, got extended earlier, and not be making $60 million right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time you're late, you'll never get ahead of it.
Right. And so see, listen, y'all. My boy say, he say signing Pickens will only be the $15 million against the cap. It might be less. I don't know how they go structure it. It might be less. None of us saying we can't do it. What we trying to do is we trying to do it in a window that gives Dak multiple cracks, so that y'all know where we coming from. And if that looks way too difficult to put on paper in terms of team building, that means it's gonna have to be some tough decisions made on your higher allocated paid guys. So none of us are against paying Pickens. We at this point, he said it better at the beginning when he was like, it's about what kind of risk you want to take. Do you want to do this for like 1 year where we can easily say, hit the switches, let's go, right? But then you might have to blow that bitch up, right? Because it ballooned too fast. You know what I'm saying? Or do you kind of piecemeal it? Or do you start making those hard decisions now? Or do you start kind of cutting at it at the proper time, and like how he was talking about with Steele and Osa in 2027? You know what I'm saying? That's going to be preferable. So you kind of space it out, the cuts, So it's about what's the best way to plan for Dak. And that's what we doing. But being open to make the hard decisions, whatever it might be. So the decisions could be, I'm just throwing out shit, a trade, picks, drafting, maybe saying this asset might give us picks. We have more than enough here. We need those picks because we need to be younger for the budget. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to be able to recruit quality players, but also that fit this window. That type shit. We gotta look at a lot. But we gonna get this done, bro.
And then we have to see about what package will actually get us Max Crosby. If we're gonna keep picking, we'll have to send the two first rounders. It may not even have to be the 2 first rounders this year. You know what I'm saying? But let's say that it takes 2 first rounders and players. Some of the guys that we talk about getting rid of could be included in their trade package.
Right.
Because they also have to spend a certain amount of money they damn selves. So maybe they want a combination of Osa Odighizuwa and Deron Bland, or maybe they want a combination of Jake Ferguson and DeRon Bland or some shit like that. You're trying to get rid of the niggas.
But see, most of the time, you right here, we don't target those shoulda got cut dudes. They sit around safe as the dude we should have kept is gone.
Yeah.
Like Tank gone, Micah gone, but Ferguson ass still hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
Bland go be hanging around and ain't nobody gonna be saying shit. And so you know what? See, when we do our work, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And I like this a lot. When we do this work, it's gonna be sad, but we gonna put some bullseyes on some bars, bro. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, we gonna have to have some real, and it's gonna make people kind of see it. You know what I mean? Like Crosby is not gonna be able to be under the radar. Osa not gonna be able to be under the radar. Ferg not gonna be able to be under the radar. You see what I'm saying? It's sad, but we gonna have to put them bars on a wanted poster. And we gonna be the only ones that do that. Like, but it's like now they need to be highlighted, bro. Why do mid-tier performers have safety, but then we on Pickens' ass? We on Crosby. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to pay Crosby, but we you see. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Real talk. Because I want to get rid of folks. I want to get rid of them before I get rid of the real football players. And I'm not even trying to talk down on the boys. Like, they in the NFL, they did what they did. You ain't fucking George Pickens. You ain't fucking Max Crosby. You ain't Dak Prescott. You ain't Stevie Lamb. Nigga, you ain't Quentin Williams. Quentin Williams just got here. He's more valuable than all of them. He ain't even played double-digit games for me yet. I know he's a better talent to have on my team. So, listen, if the only thing keeping me from having, multiple years of George Pickens and Max Crosby is 2 first-round picks, Jake Ferguson, Osa, Bland, and the fullback. I'm not even gonna say his name no more. The fullback, like, nigga, they gone. They is gone.
My boy say, bro, they got to give up 2 first-round picks for Crosby. Ain't no way they could trade up for Pickens straight up. I think it's possible. You said you would fire Brady for that, bro?
But I would say this, though.
What about CeeDee Lamb?
Now, boss, to be fair to your initial point, you did point out how edge is more valuable than a wide receiver, right?
Wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 1, yeah.
In general,
yeah. Ain't no doubt. Yes,
it's more valuable.
Absolutely.
So they can't be equal in terms of I'm swapping now. I can't give you a gold bar for a silver bar.
What you mean?
It's not the same.
What you mean?
Like Max Crosby is a gold bar because he's a top edge rusher,
right?
Like George Pickens being a top wide receiver is still not equal to that. Just from positional value alone, it wouldn't be a fair trade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what he mean by player for player.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and it's gonna be and I see why he said he would fire Brady. Okay, I see what both of y'all saying now. Gotcha. I got you. Yeah. You would just have to catch them stupid. It happens. It does happen, bro. You do
because listen,
you can't catch them stupid, dog. Like we let go of Amari for a fit, bro. It's some stupid shit that happened, dog. You know what I'm saying? In the league, especially with a team that's thirsty for ticket sales. You feel me? Like when you trying to pack your arena and he's disgruntled. When they disgruntled, bro, sometimes teams fuck up, bro. Like we did. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's possible. It's possible, bro. You know?
Yeah, as long as Pickens want to play there, and they say if they say yes and Pickens say yes, then I can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
Because if Pickens say yes, he's trying to go any damn way. You can't hold a hostage.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do see a possibility that Pickens could see it as attractive. It's a hard road, but it's a real road. So like we kind of talked about this. If you look at the teams that need number ones, they would be the thirstiest for one, with a new quarterback, right? And they will want that. Another team that would need a number one or consider number one would probably be Buffalo, but they would probably be kind of bougie. You know what I mean? We've done it before with receiver by committee. You know, they also could be aggressive because they really want to shed everybody the fuck. Right, they got a new head coach, and some people go want to say, let's really let Allen go crazy. You know,
the GM just threw Keon Coleman under the bus. Like,
right,
he didn't even want to draft
that can go either way. Yeah, that can go either way. Yeah.
So like, wait, look at a real wide receiver, George Pickens, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Like they might.
Yeah, I can see them being aggressive.
But the question is, it's not about trading George Pickens. It's like you got to win the trade. Like, you can't just trade George Pickens for a second round pick like some people are reporting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like if that's all you can get for George Pickens, which I don't believe that that's going to be the case, but if that's all you can get for George Pickens, like, you just might as well kidnap his ass, put him on a tag. You know, if you can't work a long term deal out, because remember, he can't do anything after July the 10th. If he ain't got a deal done, he just ain't gonna have a deal. Mm-hmm. He gonna either play on the tag or he ain't gonna play at all.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody can sign him to a long-term deal after July. So the shit gonna come quickly. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's no shit that gonna drag out the training camp and Oxnard. Like, it's not gonna happen like that. He's either going to get extended or traded very quickly.
Right. I want to say something. It's a little bit off subject, but it's important. I really want to say this because I do believe in us having a good community, right? And having a good spirit behind what we do. I want to say this because, and I'm gonna be very transparent too. We're in the off season and we're in a time of debates, right? Mm-hmm. They call things literally war rooms. Okay. I was listening to somebody on the NFL Network. He was a GM, and he said, "We're gonna fight. We're gonna go through our fights." And the way that he said it was like it's a natural part of the draft process in offseason, is the debates of who is better, what should we do, blah, 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 blah. So obviously, you know, we had news of Crosby and Pickens and stuff like that. But my boy Hen came in with a fantastic ass point. Okay. And this goes to obviously my brother's readiness, right? So my point is I had to adjust based on the facts that Henny presented. Okay. So the thing that he presented, shout out to Henny for being prepared, right, was George Pickens has rights. Okay. And that he not no slave. That was the funny shit you said right there. He said he ain't no slave, bro. So, but the point was, we debating, but the goal of all of us is to debate to get it right, but not debate to be right. You know what I'm saying? So he adjusts. I don't think he adjusts as good as me. I ain't gonna lie. You don't adjust like me, bro. You it takes some dragging for your ass a lot of time, bro. It might take you about a week and then you'll come back. But my boy does adjust. I know my boy Henny will adjust, and I adjust, you know. So when we trying to figure all this stuff out and we trying to present the best path forward, let's keep in mind that let's debate hard, but don't debate to be right. Debate to get it right. You know what I'm saying? And this is where I said I was going to be transparent. It doesn't feel good to publicly look wrong. You feel me? It does not, bro, because you make this hard ass case and you standing on it and you strong about it, and then you get hit with a fact that just smack you right in your hey, bro, George Pickens got rights, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna be just an easy swap like trade and, you know what I'm saying, tag and trade. It's like, nah, boss, it don't work like that. And it's like, yeah, we gotta adjust now. So now that whole Crosby idea, and that's the guy I was standing on the table because obviously I see him as the better player, right? But that changed everything. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people like to accuse us of being know-it-alls and all that type of shit. That's not the case, bro. It's too many times I've seen Henny like fight tooth and nail and come back and say, you know what? That dude Booker is a first rounder, bro. What the fuck we talking about? You know what I mean? But was fighting them tooth and nail. But when it came down to, bro, I looked at his film. Nah, y'all right. That dude dope in a bitch. You know what I mean? Because we debate to get it right. And I want us all to continue that, you know, keep that spirit in the off season. Because we in a very prideful season. We in a season where everybody want to be right on their draft pick, their free agent pick, their pet cat, their pet coach, Pickens over Crosby. Make sure we got our spirit right. I mean that.
I agree with you, man. Wholeheartedly agree with you on that shit. Cause yeah, man, like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I was trying to put holes all in Tyler Booker when the shit first started. But you know, then we actually went and looked at the boy, and that nigga was out there moving boys, man. He was out there pancaking niggas. I was like, oh shit. So when folks were talking about his RAS score, I'm like, nah, hold on, man. Like I don't even want this nigga. That's first round pick right there.
Right. Yeah.
So you know, like, there's a way to debate and still have integrity, man. You know?
Yeah.
Cause like, as long as you're upfront and truthful, you know, like shit. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Because folks just want to win.
Yeah,
like,
and I will say this, bro. You one of my favorite people to spar. You one of my favorite, easily my favorite person to spar. The reason being, this is what my dad used to say when he was selling, right? He would say, I looked forward to going up against doctors that I knew was racist or I knew they didn't like me. He said, because if I was able to even get close with that one, anybody that was on the ropes after that, I knocked them out. You see what I'm saying? So it's certain people you want to spar with, because what they go do is they go fight you so hard that when you fight somebody else, it's gonna be easy. You see what I'm saying? Because they done tighten your ass up. You're not gonna make the mistakes because Henny already showed you where your chin open. You know what I mean? Bow, he hit you. Like, so when I'm in the street, it's like, nah, I'm already ready for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that's, and see, I like fighting Henny because Henny is like a computer. You know what I'm saying? He's a computer. Like he go really dig in there, and he go come ready, bro. Like I didn't know what we was gonna talk about, but I knew it. I said Henny is gonna come ready to fight, bro. Like I come ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I want people to really see is that even though we might fight hard, it's only because we trying to get it right, bro. And if he feel like he right on something, and I told y'all this happened, and y'all should see this with us now. I say we'll always fight and we'll be like this, but at the end of the fight, we'll get at least closer. We might not ever do this on the point, but what you'll see with him, he ain't gonna come over a little bit, and I'm gonna come over a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And on some things we lock, like, yeah, we on the same page now, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what we trying to do with creating this 3-year window plan. So once we get that down, the goal is for us to like link with that plan and push that plan, you know, versus just making it an off season of argument. It's like arguments got to turn to a real plan. So.
Real spill. So yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm finna get my final word.
Let's do it.
Cause I gotta get up in the morning and handle some business. But I appreciate you, man, for having me on, man. Because Boss was gonna rock this whole by himself, man. He had already did all the leg work. He was prepared. Yeah. And you know, we just had a conversation and shit. He had sent that link. So I appreciate my brother for opening this platform to me as always, man. That's love, and I appreciate it. But yeah, man, like I'm ready. You know, from a personal standpoint, I can only speak for myself. I've seen the Dallas Cowboys be yellow belly, conservative, cowardly in their approach to free agency and talent acquisition for a very long time. You know, I've seen them have Dak Prescott on a rookie contract and be one of the cheapest teams in free agency spending. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Man, we're making $500,000 a year. There might be some of y'all that watch the show that was making more money than Dak Prescott was. at the time. So they didn't do anything at that point. My point is, man, now that Dak is getting to maybe not the end of his career, but it feels like this might be the end of his tenure with the Dallas Cowboys. Now that is actually becoming real and tangible, and it's you can smell it, you can feel it, you can see it. I want them to say, fuck it. We're going to do right by Dak Prescott in ways that we never did right by Tony Romo. We're going to load the clip in ways that are not even humanly imaginable. We're going to give him the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL. We're going to give him the best defensive line in the NFL. And we're going to go out and we're going to make some trades and add some more defensive depth, to help solidify this defense. We're going to put all our chips into the table when the Dallas Cowboys are going to be playing a second place schedule, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. And realistically, like we were saying, like, hey, you can't pay everybody. That's cool. I believe that. All 53 people on your roster can't be paid. So Jake Ferguson, I need your money back. That money, I will just let you hold that shit. I need it back. Also, I need that money back with interest, my boy. I told you it was a point for me to owe some money. I need a little bit more. The run blend, I know you can't walk right now, so I need you to mail or cash out me the money that you got. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Steele.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I done gave you a hard time. Now,
yeah,
your troubles are no longer, you ain't got to worry about it no more, man. You can lay your burdens down. You can go on, clean your lock out, and you can go on and you can block with Joe Burrow. He used to nigga that can't pass block anyway.
Yeah.
So y'all can give all y'all money back, and we can give it to the niggas that actually play good football.
But we finna act a fool.
We can give it to Max Crosby. Them 2 first-round picks, fuck them picks. Y'all don't even know them little niggas they trying to draft. Y'all don't know them. So stop telling me about them picks. I know Max Crosby. That's a cold white boy right there. It's cold.
Cold white boy.
You go, and this is Black History Month. I'm giving white man props.
I'm giving the white man all the props. Hey, I would dye my hair red if we get this white dude.
Hey,
that's cold. I've been red and white boy for a week.
Hey, man. That boy cold, man. That boy damn
monster, boy.
So listen, if I can have, I want my cake and eat them as well, man. I want both of them.
Yeah.
I want them both.
Yeah.
And we can do it. We just gonna have to, we gonna have everybody together for 1 year. Jake, Osa, Bland, Terrence Steele. You better hope the first year of this shit is when they win the Super Bowl. Because if not, you ain't getting no ring. You're gonna have to bow and find you somewhere else to be. But we can run this shit back with George Pickens and Max Crosby the very next year. Y'all just won't be a part of it. You can read about it. If y'all still cool with that nigga might be able to send you some tickets to Super Bowl or something, man. But point being, y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck out of here. You gotta get the fuck out of my life. I done found money to pay George Pickens and Max Crosby. You niggas got to go. I'm sorry. It's all good though, man. But we still got love for y'all. We got love for y'all. But yeah, man, real talk. If that's the only thing holding up, getting Max Crosby in the building and keeping George Pickens, I will personally I will drive out to the airport. But that's really all I gotta say, man. Like we're gonna fine tune this shit. I'll let y'all know the exact amount of cap savings against the dead money that there will be for them boys. It's possible all three. I already did the math. I'll just have to do the math to give y'all exact numbers. We gonna make some slight changes.
Yep.
To the salary cap plan for 2026.
Right.
Just because some of these niggas is getting cut.
Right.
And some of these guys can't be, so we ain't gonna touch their money. Also, you can keep your bread right now. You're gonna need it because you ain't gonna have a job next year.
Right.
At least not here in Dallas. So we'll make some small amendments. We'll push that out there. We'll talk about the amendments to make to the 2020 cap so that we can keep both guys under contract if it came down to it. And we're gonna talk about real deal ways to fix this damn defense. But we is gonna try to compete, man. That's all I care about. I want to win, dog. I want to win. I want to go to the parade and be sloppy drunk in public and get arrested. I want all that fun shit to happen, man. And I think y'all want it too. Y'all deserve it as a fan base. Y'all deserve it. It's been 30 years. Some of y'all ain't never got the chance to see it. You know what I'm saying? That dynasty we had, some of y'all had to watch the shit on YouTube. I watched the shit on YouTube just the other day. You know, just to relive nostalgia. Cause I was real little when that shit happened, boy. I was real little when that shit happened. So, yeah, with all that said, man, I appreciate my brother Boss for bringing me on, having me on, and we gonna get this shit lined up, man.
It's finna be dope, bro. So yeah. I hope y'all heard what he's saying, bro. We finna amend this whole thing. We finna make this sharper. Cause one of the most important things I want us always to be taken serious. Sometimes we gonna make mistakes, like especially when you're dealing with projections and stuff like that. Y'all forgive it. We just trying to do our best, okay? But we're gonna make adjustments as we go forward, and we're making an adjustment to actually show more of a 2 to 3 year window. So that's important because I always want to be somebody that's respected when people listening to the content, and I want to be respected in respected circles. I want people like Durante Jones to be able to step in, listen to the content and say, damn, you know what I mean? And reach out. I want writers to listen to the content and see the tweets and say, this was thought out. Let me also add to this and put my thoughts on this, on my spin on that. I want people in ESPN to come in and say, you know what, damn, I ain't never think about what Henny just said. You know, I want the executives in here to be taken serious. So we're gonna do the monopoly form. This is monopoly form, but going forward, we will always take it a step further with projections and forecasting and really looking at the real consequences of switches, you know. So because I want people to know that we serious about this shit, bro. I don't want people to be listening to us talk on Twitter and say, hey, some dumbasses. Some dumbasses talking about the cap is a myth. Like, come on, man. Like, nah, I want us always to be like my boy D.A. Lee said it. It's not a myth, but it can be adjusted. So let's look at the ways that it can truly be adjusted. Let's really look at it in context. Let's really look at it like what we can really truly make some changes. And let's be prepared sometimes to make them tough ass decisions, bruh. And see, that's why I'm super glad that we taking it to a next level where we not gonna go start fights about the top money bars. We go first trim the fat. That's one of the most important things we go be doing going forward, is figuring out first, how do you keep them dope dudes, not putting them dope dudes against each other. You know what I mean? And that's gonna make us put bullseye on bullshit or things that's wasted on the books, as we should be trying to get the bars worthy paid. Perfect example, Micah Parsons versus Osa. Osa dope, but he wasn't dope like Micah, so he shouldn't have been first up, period. All of us should have already been protesting that they talking to Osa and didn't talk to Micah first, because he was the better player and he was the guy that deserved the attention. Micah Parsons shouldn't have been watching the agents talk to Bland and Ferg. Nah, that shouldn't have been first. So if you the first to get paid and you one of the reasons why a dog ain't here, it's gonna start being highlighted, and it should be highlighted. Yeah, and we gonna be doing that, bro. We gonna be doing that, and I'm excited to be doing that. So man, it's your boy Boss Show Me. We're one of the dopest dudes on the planet. I promise you, if I wasn't doing content, I'd be following this boy. They had a real dope show with Vach, him and Landlord, man. I know Henny is one of the best, hands down. A dude that I truly love sparring with, because it just, first of all, is entertaining, but then also second of all, we both are smarter and we both come out as better fighters. Iron truly sharpens irons with my brother, man, and I'm fortunate to do. And I love how we started the same way. We both started working with West Coast as writers, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I think that's sharpened us too, like really having to write out your thoughts. It made us detail, like it made us, so he's still like that, I'm still like that. That never left us. Like writing is a part of our videos now, you know what I'm saying? Thorough, trying to be factual. So Yeah, man. So anyway, man, you know what I didn't do, bro?
What's that?
I ain't do the damn ad, bro.
No,
Get this ad in, bro.
Let's do it.
Get this ad in.
Go for a Hail Mary on Sleeper Picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly.
Instantly, man. Let's go.
Instantly, boy. Go get that money.
So we no longer saying that the cap is a myth. If I see y'all in the street say that, I ain't gonna lecture you. I'm gonna just say, come on, man. You know what I mean? The cap can be manipulated. It can be finessed, but it's not a myth. You can't do anything you want. It ain't Santa Claus. We're not gonna talk like that in the streets. We're not gonna act like we can always pay anybody at any time with just switches. It's your boy Boss Show Me. Man, we out, man. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna let y'all go out on some. Man, let's go, man. Let's go, man. Shout out to my haters, man. I know y'all watching. Let's go.
Yeah. It's like I just want to talk to you niggas for a second. Like, don't even raise nothing. Like, keep this shit right. Make this the first one.
Shout out to my boy Michael Gelkin, man.
I mean, like, shit, this you hate that nigga.
Shout out to Michael, man. I've been reaching out to Mike. I'm gonna try to get him out of retirement.